Alright, so this is a video for the Introduction to Math 1513, and I do have two sections of this. So one of the sections that you can see here is 390. I do also have section 291, but I'm going to use the same video for both. One of them is through Southeast and the other one is through the Northeast campus, so the numbers are going to look a little bit different. This is my contact information. So my email is joshua.baker4@tulsacc.edu, and my campus extension is 8645. My office is in room 8251. Sorry, I just had to make sure that I had that right. I always get those numbers mixed up. In the Building 8 of the Southeast campus, so you can come and see me at any point in time. Office hours, I put see Blackboard. I have a pretty full meeting schedule, so sometimes that changes, and I will put those changes on Blackboard as well. Alright, so getting into the normal part of the course, if you have any questions with technology as far as MyTCC, Blackboard, or email, you can call 2000, or you can email call 2000 from the syllabus right here. You can just click this link. Another thing that I want you to know is that you have academic support, learning labs at each of the campuses. So here are each location for each campus and the phone numbers for the appropriate campus. You should have placed into this course or passed previously Math 0123, and that would get you in this course. Here's something that's important that I want to talk about, which is transferability. So if you graduate from TCC, this course corresponds to MA 203, which here's what that really means. As far as Oklahoma's public colleges and universities, this course transfers. If you go to another institution that tells you that they will not take credit for this course, you can show them this document and they can click on this link, or they can be pointed to that link, and it will show them where this course does transfer. We've had one institution here in this state that has given our students a little bit of problems. Not very many. And whenever they reflect this information, the issue is resolved, but just in case. This is your textbook. You do not need a physical textbook. Really, all you need is what is already provided for you in our inclusive access package. So your inclusive access package means that you are already billed for the course. So you're billed for your access code, and there is a copy of the textbook in MyLabs Plus, and we'll get to that here in a moment. So calculators. You are going to need a graphing calculator for this course, and I recommend a Texas Instruments. You cannot use a phone-based calculator for your tests. Alright, so if you have a graphing calculator on your phone and you're doing it during your homework and your quizzes, that's fine. Just know that whenever you go to take your test, you're going to have to use the calculator, an actual calculator, but not one on your phone. Don't worry about this part if you don't know what a CAS system is. If you do, know that you cannot use it on a test. You can check out calculators on the Southeast campus in Building 8, and I believe they now have someone at the Metro campus. So because this is an internet course, you're going to need computer access pretty regularly, because all of this is going to be done on MyLabs Plus. So one of the things that I wanted to get to is our grading policy and assignment stuff. So homework, quizzes, and tests. Those are the way that you're going to earn your grades, and homework is 25%, quizzes are 25%, and the tests are 50% of your grade. So we're going to use the traditional grading scale, and So if you have any questions about that, ask me. Notice that I have blue, red, and green. We're going to see that whenever we get over to the course calendar. Testing center hours. You are going to have to take your test at a TCC testing center location unless you arrange with me an alternate location. You have to do that before your test. Don't try to do it the day of if you're trying to get an alternate location approved. You need to do that in advance. So here are the hours, the locations, and all of that stuff. Notice that on Fridays, places close earlier. All right? So keep this information in mind whenever you are planning on your tests. All right? It is on the syllabus, the testing hours. So there really isn't an attendance policy since you are going to be working online, and you do need to read through the syllabus addenda, which provides all of the relevant TCC information for all courses, like our Access Center and things like that. So notice that we've got the color codes for our assignments. We've got the blues are homeworks, and the reds are quizzes, and the greens are tests. So that's how those things are going to be graded for you. So on the 20th, 1.3 and 1.4 are going to open, and they are going to close on the 30th. Now, that's when they're due. I shouldn't say that they're going to close, because all of the assignments are going to stay open through the 7th of December. And you're going to have a late penalty if you do work past when something is due on your homework. So all of the homework technically stays open until the 7th of December, but it is going to have a late penalty associated with it if you do it after the due date that is indicated on the calendar. So let's see here. Notice our testing. I've got a 2-day window here for you to take your test. You can take it on either Thursday or Friday. But remember, if you wait until Friday, that the testing centers do close earlier than they do on Thursdays. Also notice here that Study Guide 1 opens and Study Guide 1 is due, meaning you've got basically a week and a day to go through and do your, well, I guess a week and 2 days to do your study guide. We'll talk about that here more in just a moment. All right. So our testing, except for the final exam, our testing windows are on Thursdays and Fridays. So this is the information that is posted to Blackboard. So let's go over to Blackboard really quick. I don't have an announcement yet. I'm going to put that up here in just a moment. But these two documents can be found right here in the content area. Okay? So let's look at what a course would look like. This has some extra information on the left here because it is my course, and so I am the one that is that sees things. But when you click homework, quizzes, and tests, okay, right now there's nothing due. Okay, there's nothing open because the class hasn't started yet. But what you're going to see right here is you're going to see assignments pop up, and you're going to see their due dates. And if they have a hot link, that means you can click into them and do them. If they do not, then that means that they are closed and you cannot access them. Your gradebook is going to be here. If you want to keep track of any of your grades, you can look at anything in there. And if you click Show Calculation, it'll show you the breakdown. I need to fix that. It'll show the breakdown of homework, quizzes, and tests. So something important that I wanted to show you is your e-text. So you can access it two ways. One way is this, which will just open it for you. Another way would be to actually get into the sections and click the e-text here. So this is going to show you the book pages for section 1.3 starting at the open of that. And you agree to this. I didn't know I was going to do all this stuff. Well, okay. So you can see that you've got this. Now, notice this little icon right here. You can watch a video over this section. Now, I'm going to have all of the videos as assignments, but they're not prerequisites. You don't have to watch them if you don't want to, and they will not be graded. So if you notice that those things are showing up in your grade book and they're not omitted, just let me know, and I will make sure to change that setting. So you've got all of your book pages, and you can turn the page and you can see all this stuff. You can print these pages and all this stuff if you want to. So that's an alternative to buying the textbook. That's really what I wanted to show you there. If you are needing other things, you can go through here and you can select the chapter, you can select the section, and select all, and you can see everything that is available. So you've got specific video examples here, you've got a quick review, and you've got the full lecture here. You also have the textbook. This is another way to access the textbook. You've got animations, and there's test prep. So there's all sorts of things in here that you can have access to. All right, so I'm going to go back to the calendar really quick and talk about this. Homework. You can click in and click out of homework anytime you want to. Once you click into the homework, you do not have to complete the whole assignment in one sitting. But that's different for a quiz. Okay, for your chapter quizzes, you get 3 attempts per chapter quiz. All right, keep that in mind. You get 3 attempts. So you can take them 1, 2, 3 times, and it takes your best score. So if you score really high the first time, so you get like a 93, and the second time you get an 84, don't worry about the 84 because the grade book is going to capture the higher grade. Study Guide 1. Your study guides are parallel to your test. So if there are 28 questions on Study Guide 1, there are going to be 28 questions on your test. They will be in the same order. The only time that this is different is for the final study guide. Your final study guide will be larger than your final exam, and your final exam questions will come from ones that are like in your final study guide. That's the only one that's different. All the other ones are parallel. So here's what you should do. You should get into this study guide starting the 11th, and you should start taking it, even though we haven't covered all the sections. Okay? You can take this study guide, this one, as many times as you want. Now that's different than the chapter test. Remember I said the chapter test was 3 attempts. The study guides, I will let you take them as many times as you want. Okay? Keep that in mind. And that will prepare you for your test. Now, whenever you are in a homework assignment, let me show you one of the things that we can look at here. I'm actually going to go to a different part of this and show you an assignment. We'll preview an assignment here. All right, when you see this preview, you're going to see inside here question help. So help me solve this is available to you. View an example is available to you. Video, textbook, ask my instructor. Because there are different versions of this question, if you click Ask My Instructor, it's going to send me an email with a link to the specific version that you're looking at. So if this is the one that you're looking at and someone that you know in class is looking at a different one, when you click this, I'm going to see the one that you're looking at. All right? So that's just kind of a quick introduction to all of these things. But if you have any questions, email me, let me know, and I hope to have a good semester. So, you guys, good luck.